The Deshaun Watson rumors to Philly will not die. Where there's smoke, could there be fire?
Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes.
I'm a grown-ass man. Yeah, I'm a grown-ass man. Grown-ass man.
Hey everybody, King Dingbat here. I'm in my garage with a cigar. It's only a candy cigar because my wife won't let me smoke one after I put that big fat head up in our bedroom.
Let's get rid of that. At this point, I'd be happy for Dak to be playing for somebody else. And my team stinks. I agree. Stinks.
They laugh about us. We're a disgrace. We suck.
I am now Philly 500's bitch.
Dallas still stinks. You're right the way, King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a good Friday. I hope you guys are doing well. You know, I just got finished doing a live stream, and I told everybody, you probably won't see me tomorrow because I got things to do. And I do! I got a lot of things to do. But when I went on Bleeding Green Nation and I saw the report about Deshaun Watson, I thought to myself, I got to talk about this. I got to come back and talk about this because this is a rumor that just won't go away. It's kind of crazy. It just won't go away. Are the Eagles really going to pursue this guy? Are they really going to go after him? Okay? It's crazy, right? We know he has 22 people have come forward. I think 22 lawsuits against him right now. Now, let me say this, because every time I talk about Deshaun Watson, people want to come at me with an opinion saying I'm saying this or I'm saying that. I'm not saying anything about what's happening to him off the field. The last time I gave my opinion, I got flagged for it. Okay? They flagged me for it because I said what I said. So I'm not going to get into the off the field stuff because if I do, they're going to flag me again. I'm going to keep it football and keep it Deshaun Watson, the football player. Okay? The other stuff, he's going to have to take care of and deal with off the field because the truth of the matter is if those lawsuits and things are still hanging over his head, none of this story matters. Okay? But if he somehow clears these things up, would the Eagles pursue him? That's the question. And Bleeding Green Nation had they had an article on it, right? It said, title of it said, "Report Eagles would pursue Deshaun Watson trade if the window opens or during so." And they were talking about how Pro Football Talks Mike Florio, he was talking about this and about the Eagles. And here's what Florio said, okay? "Much has to happen before Deshaun Watson could be traded, especially if he's going to be traded around the 2021 draft. If somehow Watson manages to properly and appropriately settle 22 civil lawsuits pending against him before the draft, there's one team to closely watch as a possible destination." Guess what team that is? Guess what team that is? The Eagles. The Eagles. Right? Sorry, Bears, I just stole that from you, but the Eagles. Yes, the Eagles, he says. They have Jalen Hurts and Joe Flacco, who's like 90. But Deshaun Watson has proven that he's a franchise quarterback and one of the best players in the NFL. As one league source explains, the Eagles are sufficiently determined to upgrade the team and they would pursue Watson if the window's open in doing so. Okay? Now, when they say the window open, what they're meaning is he settles his off-the-field stuff, okay? March 17th, Jason LaConfort says, "Don't discount the Eagles as a strong suitor for Deshaun Watson." March 19th, The Inquirer, "Howie will give up everything he has for Watson," an NFL source what the Eagles said. So, this is something we are hearing from multiple people, that the Eagles would be interested in Deshaun Watson. I find it hard to believe, of course, with all the things happening out of football. But for argument's sake, let's say those things get settled. Those things are gone. He gets away. He gets, he gets it settled. It gets fixed, whatever you want to call it. Would the Eagles pursue him? Great question. I don't know. I don't know. But here's what I'll tell you. Before all those off-the-field things came up, we were talking 3-4 first-round picks. We were talking multiple players on defense. The Houston Texans were going to get a haul for him. They were going to get a ton for Deshaun Watson. And I think Deshaun Watson is one of the better quarterbacks in this league. He was my favorite quarterback the year he came out. I think he's a stud. When it comes to football and on the field stuff, this is what we're talking. We're not talking off the field. When it comes to football, he's a stud. He's a stud. And yes, he would be a franchise quarterback with the Eagles. The thing is what would the Eagles have to give up for Deshaun Watson? And this is kind of where it's interesting. Okay, this is where I think this could get very interesting, because whether Deshaun Watson clears his name or not, whatever, those off-the-field things, just accusations, is going to take his value way down. The fact that he said, I ain't playing for Houston, takes his value down. Houston may lost all leverage, all possibilities of getting this guy. The Eagles may be able to actually trade for him cheap. Maybe it costs you 1 first-round pick. Maybe it costs you a 2nd-round pick this year and a first next year when you got potentially 3 of them. If the Eagles are really interested in Deshaun Watson, this thing could happen. It could happen. Because I don't think Houston is... I think they've lost 70 to 80% of the value in a trade for him. Okay? It's just the way it is. So, he may go... and the Eagles may get him cheap. Now, where does it leave Jalen Hurts? That's the question, because we talk about Hurts, and it's going to be Jalen Hurts, and he's going to get his chance. And look, I think the guy deserves his chance. No question about it. However, Deshaun Watson's a stud. And he's what, like 26 years old? He's young. He's younger than Carson Wentz was. So, if you get the potential to get a guy like that, you know, and I'm talking as a football player, man, I tell you what, for the price he probably would cost, you may get a bargain. You may get a bargain that you would only get once every 10 years in this league. That's what he's going to be worth. Now, if there's multiple team suitors, it's going to be a little more, because people are going to compete. But I don't really know which teams would pursue him heavily. I think most teams already know who they're going with next year. And I don't know. I mean, it makes you wonder. Do the Eagles really believe in Jalen Hurts? Do they believe in him? Do they trust him? Because why are we getting these reports? I think that it's safe to say at this point, where there's smoke, there is some fire. I don't know if the Eagles are super engaged in him, or they really want him. I mean, the last thing I said by the Inquirer on March 19th was Howie will give up everything he has for Watson. Everything is a lot, man. You know what I mean? He loves him. I love him. You know what I mean? He's going to give everything, a source said. If that source, I don't know who source is, because, you know, they don't name themselves, but if that's true, and you got the firepower and the draft picks that we have in the Capitol, it could happen. It could happen. I personally would probably stay away from him. I don't think that this is going to happen, because I don't think those off-the-field lawsuits are going away at any time. I don't think 22 suits are going to just magically disappear. I don't think it's going to happen. And I'm not making any judgments on anybody with anything. I'm not going to get into it. Although I really want to. But I don't want to get flagged again. You know? But in all seriousness, I don't know that they'll settle these things in enough time. But if for some reason they do I think the Eagles could pursue Deshaun Watson? I think they could. Would I do it? Probably not. Not unless I get like a hell of a deal. You know, I prefer still give Jalen Hurts the year. Let's see what he can do. Let's see what he is. And then we go from there. Maybe the way this thing is going to work out, and more likely, quite possible, is that it takes him a whole year to get all this stuff settled and worked out. Eagles go into next year, they see what they have in Jalen Hurts. If they don't like him, if they want to upgrade, at that point, when Watson's cleared his name and everything's done, then you go out and get Deshaun Watson. You're still not going to have to pay a lot. He's still going to be like 26 years old. So maybe that's the route they're planning or looking at. I don't see this thing getting cleared up by the draft. Not at all. But what's interesting is that if the Eagles did decide to pursue him, they may get a bargain that we never thought they could have gotten any day of the year, any time. And, and it's really going to let us know, do they really trust Jalen Hurts? Do they really like him? Do they really believe in him? You took the guy in the second round. You're throwing him to the wolves at this point. This whole thing is hard for me to believe. The more I think about it, you trade Carson Wentz. Now you're gonna draft Jalen Hurts last year. Then you trade Carson Wentz. Then you make Jalen Hurts. He's supposed to be guy. Now all of a sudden, as soon as Watson clears his name and it's all settled, you get rid of Jalen Hurts. I mean, it's crazy. But then on the other hand, you're talking about Deshaun Watson. He's a hell of a player, man. He's a hell of a player. Whatever you think of him off the field, he's a hell of a player. And he would be a significant upgrade to this team. What's going to happen? My guess is Watson doesn't play next year. He's going to be holding out, and then you're going to have all these investigations going and stuff like that. Jalen Hurts, we're going to go see what he's about. And then Watson, by next offseason, everything's probably cleared up and done, and then he ends up somewhere else cheap. But we'll see how that's going to work out. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And, of course, don't forget to like and subscribe because I'm always supposed to say that. And don't be a dingbat.